Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Matt.
Hey, it's Jordan.
And welcome back to Couch Pillow Talk.
To episode 11, I do believe.
Sarah, I just found some of your hair in my hair.
Got some topics, as we usually do. It'd be a bit silly if we didn't.
We did things.
Maybe we should try a podcast one time where we don't have any topics. We just do nonsense for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, it was pretty much that was just the Call of Duty episode.
Except without the Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Alright, so the first thing I've got is about Hitman, which we haven't played because Matt's not super keen on it. But maybe we'll play it again. But it's Hitman. They did this cool thing called elusive targets. For those of you who don't know, elusive targets are one-time only targets that pop up for a while. And if you die while fighting them, you lose. That's pretty much it. You don't get another shot after that. So let me just read out this article to you because the start of it made me laugh. So the person who wrote it says, after about an hour spent staking out Hitman's first elusive target in the wee hours of Sunday morning, I lost my patience, pulled out my handgun, got shot to death. Now I was surprised because when I did it, I just walked into the level, and it doesn't, by the way, it doesn't highlight the target for you, like in red. You have to actually go and find them. Yeah. But I could figure out where he was anyway because it's the dude that owns the mansion, and I know where his office is because I've played it so many times. Yeah. But I just went there, and he was there, and I just was like, all right, and just hit around the corner and just popped out and shot him, and then walked away and won. Yeah. And I was like, I said to Matt after it, I was like, I did the elusive target. He's like, oh, how'd it go? I was like, wasn't very hard. Yeah. But apparently only 53% of players passed. So that means there's 47% of people out there that failed, including this guy. Yeah. And I don't understand it. It just confuses me because it was so easy. Yeah. So these are the stats here. The top score was a gentleman by the name of Pseudonymous?
Sudoku.
It's like anonymous and like pseudo combined. Pseudonymous. Yep. And he got 204,862 points. 9.9% of players did Silent Assassin, which means they took the time to actually figure out how to do it without getting caught and without killing anybody else. Yeah. I was too lazy. I just killed the dude and didn't bother hiding his body because it was easy. The time it took until somebody beat it for the first time, 6 minutes after it went live. Nice. And then the time until the first Silent Assassin was 34 minutes. So, obviously there are other people out there that found it really easy, but I'm just confused as to why it was so difficult for some people. But, elusive targets is a really interesting concept to me because it's their way of making it feel more like a real world. Yeah. Like in the real Hitman, if you get caught trying to kill someone, they're just like, whatever, you can just restart the mission. Whereas in this, the person you're trying to kill is like, I'm getting the hell out of here. And they just run. And it's like, I really like that because it makes the world feel alive.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
It says additional targets will now roll into the game on a more regular basis because the first one's meant to come out like a month ago and it didn't. They had to like delay it. Yeah. Speaking of which, if you're interested and you're playing the game, the next one's coming out on the 27th. So. And I'm very keen, so keep an eye out for that. But the problem with that is they also said they weren't going to be telling people when they were coming out. So it'd be the point of it being elusive is you're not ready for it. Yeah. But then they just went ahead and told us that it's May 27th. And I guess that's because on Twitter I noticed heaps of people were complaining they were away that weekend just by chance and missed it. And they had a big cry because they're like, oh, that's content I paid for. Like, what the hell? Which I really don't understand. In a sense, essentially all you're paying for is the missions. Yeah. And anything else that Square Enix is doing apart from that, and like IO Interactive is doing apart from that, is bonus. Yeah. So to be like, oh, I paid for this, it's like, you kind of did and you kind of didn't. Yeah. And I think, I don't know, I like the elusive targets thing. You need to be on your toes and ready for it, and if you just happen to be away, it's like, oh, well, I guess you missed it then. Yeah. I guess there's people that are worried that they won't get the like bonus suits or whatever, because you have to do like 5 and then 10. But there's going to be plenty more targets, so they'll get there. I'm really keen to see what happens next. And also, I think the next episode's coming out soon, so
nice.
People need to be ready for that. Anyway, that's about it for that one. Yeah,
I ain't got much to say about that.
I still don't understand how people found it so hard. Yeah, like I wish I could load it up and show it to you because it's just so easy. I think even you could just like flunk it and not fail. Yeah, I'm pretty good at fluking stuff in that game. Remember that first time you played and you just went crazy, sort of? Yeah, I reckon you could do that and you could still do that mission and get away with it. So I don't understand where the difficulty came into it. But anyway, next one is a movie news line about Boned. That's Bond. Not actually something boned. Yeah, it's about Bond. That's a weird angle. So Daniel Craig has been doing it for about 10 years now.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, 2006 when Casino Royale came out. So yeah, just about 10 years. And he's over it. when he did Spectre, he went on record as saying he would rather shoot himself than do another one. And that's how over he was, because he hurt himself filming Spectre, and I guess like he doesn't like the character because he's just a douche and a misogynist. So he's like, I don't really like the character and don't like playing him, even though he gets paid like out the wazoo for it. Yeah. So he's like, I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. And MGM, the guys that run it all, they wanted to try and like sweeten the deal. So for another 2 movies, they offered him £68 million, which adds up to about $100 million in the US. He turned it down. Yeah. He said no for 2 more movies to get $100 million. To put out context, he made... What was the number? Is it on this page? It's not on this page. Yeah, it's not. But he made something like somewhere between 40 to 60 million on the movies he's done up till now, which is 4. Yeah. And to do another 2, he's going to get $100 million. It's like, that's a lot of money. But yeah, no, he's just done. He's just purely done with it.
What would you do with $100 million?
I don't know.
What would you do for $100 million?
We're not going to get into that right now.
I think we should.
We've done that plenty of times.
Yeah, but not on the show.
What was it? Shot in the leg, paintball gun to the junk. Yep. I feel like Rooster Teeth has covered that well enough that I should show that to you sometime when they did that $1 million thing. I was like, but this has to happen. Or I should at least load up what their final like ailments were, because Gavin had a long list of stuff that would just make his life real terrible. Yeah. But he still did it. Well, not for real, but I mean like he would still do it to get $1 million every time. So that's pretty funny. But yeah. So now it comes back down to people talking about who's going to be the next Bond. And we talked about this the other day because there's like everyone we keep saying like Tom Hardy, who I think is a very good choice. Yeah, he could do like an even grittier Bond than Daniel Craig, like a tough guy Bond. He could
still be nice though.
Yeah, I feel like Tom Hardy could be the type of Bond that doesn't care about the ladies and stuff. He's just like, whatever. Yeah. It's like not important to my mission, but then it still ends up in it somehow because Tom Hardy's a hunk. Yeah, Tom Hardy's going to be on the show.
Heck yeah.
Who else was there? You know Idris Elba?
Nope.
He's in some show called Luther. He's not white, by the way. He's a brown man. Yeah. And people are pegging him to be Bond because he's suave and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. Not to be racist, but I think Bond does need to be white. Yeah. Just because that best fits the description from the books, and to like start changing it and stuff. Like, I've got another thing here, which we talked about as well before. Gillian Anderson. Yep. Now, everyone keeps saying she is making the bid to be Bond. It's not at all what's happening. Yeah, no. Everyone on Twitter has been making pictures of Gillian. Is it Gillian or Gillian? Because it's spelled with a G. It always confuses me. Gillian. They keep making pictures of her with a Bond poster behind her. Yeah. And they're just campaigning super hard for her to be Bond. And she even acknowledged it on her Twitter, but I don't know. Gender bend Bond also doesn't seem like a good idea to me. I feel like they should just go for like... Oh, who else was there? Tom Hiddleston. They want Tom Hiddleston to play Bond. For those who don't know, he plays Loki in Avengers. Yeah. And like Thor and all that. My choice, who I thought would be really good, was David Tennant. But you sort of weren't as on board with it as I was.
He's not like action star.
He's not.
He's a really good actor, but he's not action star, which is...
Neither was like Sean Connery and Roger Moore when they took the job.
They should get Charlie Sheen.
I'd watch that.
Well, they have been talking about maybe going for an actor that's not British.
Yeah.
Or like from that area, because there's obviously like Sean Connery's not British, he's Scottish, but I don't know. I'd be interested to see what happens next with James Bond. And
you say he's not British, he's Scottish?
Like not English. Yeah. That's what I meant.
That's what I was...
Whenever I say British, they think of England for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. It astounds me that he turned down so much money. Like, to be at the point where he will not do it even for, like, money that could set him for life is insane. I guess he's just really over it.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves for Bond?
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, I don't know. He's good action, but I don't think he fits.
Sarah, just climb the wall.
Anyway, moving on. Enough about Bond. I think the next movie is due next year, maybe?
Yeah.
So they've got plenty of... They have plenty of time to find an actor, obviously, and film it. And they can pump that out in no time. They've also got the rights back to... I don't know how much you know about it, but for a while... You know Blofeld?
No.
Like the biggest villain in the series. The bald dude they based Dr. Evil on. For a while, they didn't actually have the rights to his character. Wow. So they... there's all kinds of rights issues with Bond. Like... Casino Royale is supposed to be the first Bond movie, and they never made it for like 30-something years because the rights got given off to someone else, and they made their own Casino Royale, and then there was just disputes over who had the rights, so MGM was like, whatever, we can't be bothered. Yeah. And then eventually they got it back, and that's when Daniel Craig took over, so that's when they sort of rebooted it.
Yeah.
to be like more modern. And there's something else about someone come up with Blofeld's character, so he owns half the rights to the character. So he was like, "Nah, you can't do it." But now, obviously, they've got the rights back to him because spoilers, he was Inspector.
Whoa!
And I imagine he's going to be like a big villain now for the rest of it. So that's pretty good. It's not really a big spoiler because Spectre's his organisation. So when everyone found out the movie was called Spectre, they're like, "Oh, so you got the rights back to the whole Spectre organisation, did you?" It's like, yeah, it's kind of obvious that you got Blofeld as well, and you're going to use him. Like, if they didn't, that'd be silly.
What was the one before Skyfall?
Before the one that just came out? Or the one before Skyfall?
The one before Skyfall.
Quantum of Solace.
Who was the bad guy on that?
Some, like, eco company dude. And he wasn't very intimidating. That's probably my main problem with that movie. Otherwise, it's a good movie.
Like, what was the plot? I'm trying to remember.
Oh, the plot was they were trying to sell some land, and they were just going to ruin the land. So, like, Bond and all the people were like, "Let's stop this from happening." Yeah, it's interesting. That's probably why that movie was so underwhelming. It's also not one of the only ones not to be based on Ian Fleming, one of his novels.
Oh yeah.
So that's probably why I got so much hate. I remember someone in school tried to tell me that it was an Ian Fleming novel, and I looked it up and I'm like, shows what you know.
Mm.
But
what was it called again?
Quantum of Solace.
Quantum of Solace.
Pretty sure it wasn't. Maybe partially based on Ian Fleming's novels, but other than that, it was pretty much just its own thing. Everyone hates on Quantum of Solace a lot, and apart from the villain not being good, I love that movie. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Not as good as Casino Royale, obviously, but I feel like a lot of movies suffer from that following a good movie, and then the sequel's not as good. Like, everyone hates Spectre, and I was like, I don't understand why. I love Spectre, and I think it's just because everyone loved Skyfall like way too much.
Yeah, you should really watch A Penny Dreadful, just because of that actor that's in. Also,
that was in Casino Royale.
He's in a film.
Wait, he?
Yeah.
I was thinking of that chick. That was the Bond girl for Casino Royale. What was her name? Eva Green, I think it was. Who's the guy?
I'm looking on IMDb. Rory Kinnear.
That's right. He plays Tanner. You did tell me about that.
Yeah, he's so good, man.
Maybe I'll check it out then.
Like, because I watched Skyfall and I didn't think he was that good. But like when I saw, I didn't even.
His role in Bond doesn't really give him much to show off.
No, but in Penny Dreadful, he's
top.
Oh, he's so good.
Fair enough.
He's like one of the main reasons I want to keep watching it.
Well then, yeah, I'll have to check it out at some point. I don't know why, but every time you say Penny Dreadful, I keep thinking of that Peaky Blinders show.
I still want to see that too.
I don't know if I can be bothered.
That dude's a good actor.
He is. He's a very good actor. Anyway, that's about it for 007.
Who should play Bond?
Look forward to seeing the next movie next year.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and if you've got any ideas who you want to play Bond, drop in the comments below.
I want Miles Morales to play Bond.
So you want an actor playing some Hispanic kid from comic books that's like playing an English dude?
Yep.
Interesting. Alright, so my next news item / topic is Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, announced for this year.
Which one was Xenoverse?
It was that one that came out a couple of years ago.
What, was it a movie or was it a series?
It was a game.
Oh, game. Oh, right.
It was that one where you could make your own Z Fighter and have like a weird story.
I just remember I never finished the series. The latest series. Is it still coming out?
Oh, Super? Yeah, it's still coming out.
Cool.
I'm waiting for it to finish coming out so I can buy it on like Blu-ray or something.
I need to catch back up.
I do want to watch it because I'm pretty sure it's meant to explore themes of alternate universes, and it'll explain why GT happened and is now separate from what's going on now.
Yeah.
And I'll just be really interested to see that.
I think I've watched like 10 or something episodes.
I'm kind of growing tired of what they're doing with Dragon Ball though, because like now they've got all this God stuff going on, and it's like
they're just trying to one up it all the time.
Yeah, like I know that's what happened a lot in the other series, but it seemed a bit more, I don't know, cleverly done, I guess, or like nuanced. But now it's like, boom! Now I can turn into a god. Now you can turn into a god as well. And they're like, whoa, this is crazy.
But like, when you watch it, it kind of makes more sense, like, because the actual like, the god transformation, like, it takes like all of them to do it and whatever.
Not anymore.
No,
have you seen Resurrection F?
Yes.
But yeah, where they're like, oh, now I can do it myself. I was like, oh.
Resurrection F, it's not part of the series.
Isn't it? So it's not like a direct follow-up from...
No,
the other stuff?
It was like exploration of the idea, and then the series redid it.
Okay.
Because like, basically all that happens in Resurrection F, it was not a good movie, it was just displaying the idea, basically. But it was like, this god dude, this cat guy, comes to Earth and it's like, I'm gonna destroy everything, and then they're like, oh no, please don't, and then they like do the god transformation thing, and then they have a fight, and he's like, oh, I'm tired, I'm going home, and that's
I do
like
remember that,
all
yeah.
that happens in the movie. But in the series, all that happens again, and like it's
Because it revisits that, doesn't it?
yeah, it's told better and whatever, and then the way that they transform happens in a different way. That's why the hair color changed in that, because they want to make sure that it's separate from that.
Okay.
And then afterwards, Vegeta. This isn't really spoilers. Vegeta wants to go train with the god.
What's his name? Beerus or something?
Yeah, Beerus. And so they're like training to get stronger, like as strong as a god. And then there's like multi-dimensional fights going on.
Cool. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember watching Battle of the Gods. I was kind of like, this isn't very good.
And there's like some really cool stuff where you're like, dang, they're like so powerful. And then there's like hints about other stuff, and you're like, oh, I want to see this.
The other thing as well is I watched Resurrection F, and I was also not very interested by that. Yeah, but anyway, Xenoverse. Apparently, the first one wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Which we didn't play.
No.
But
did want
I hear very mixed things though, because this article here is saying like it doesn't look like much has changed since the first game, and it says, mind you, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I don't know. I remember watching a video of it, and the people playing it weren't very entertained. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think we should play it.
We should play it.
Hey, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, if you want to be on the show.
It's probably come down in price by now, so we should look into it. I remember Jake was interested in it just because it was Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
So definitely look into it. I've wanted another Budokai game for years, so...
Yeah.
And I think it's still got like a section where you can like do fights like that, so...
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Why don't they make a Connect game of it, where you got to come out and know each other and stuff?
Because that would suck.
It would. Yeah.
Anyway.
I would love a VR game of it though, like
That would be pretty
a
sweet.
Vive game.
I would just love a VR game where you can fly through the world, because that world looks so cool.
I think an amazing VR game would be Naruto.
I've not watched enough of Naruto to know.
It's just ninja stuff, and like, because the way you walk around is like in most Vive games is the teleport thing.
Yeah.
And that would totally make sense within the world as well.
That would make sense. Because they can do like ninja moves and stuff.
That'd be amazing. I'd love that.
Yeah, I imagine someone's probably thought of it already, so
ninja stars.
it could happen at some point
and stuff. That'd be killer. I would love that game. Please make that game, guys. Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool as well.
Dang, getting the physics right for that would be a nightmare, though.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, physics simulations have come a long way, so
yeah. I mean, we've got boob jiggle simulations, so like.
I don't know why people focus so much on that stuff.
Yeah.
And make it as unrealistic as possible for some reason.
Yeah.
I guess it's just because it's interesting to look at. Anyway, moving on. Back onto like comic book news. DC. This time, not Marvel for once.
Yeah.
So this one's about Suicide Squad. So anyone who's been paying attention to news knows that there's been early screenings of Suicide Squad, and people are loving it.
Yeah.
All the people, and this is not just like. Because like the same thing happened with Batman vs Superman, there was early screenings and people loved it, and then it came out and people hated it.
Yeah.
But the early screenings that people were thinking of was to the Warner Brothers executives.
Yeah.
This is entirely different. This is actual people getting to see it early and then tweeting about it, and apparently everyone loves it. They're really, really enjoying it. Yeah. Which I guess you can probably figure out from the trailer. It does look like it's very tailored to just be enjoyable and not take itself too seriously.
It seems like a fan pleaser.
So this article says that there's already been news about that Harley Quinn solo movie, which we talked about.
Yep.
They're looking at doing other spin-offs, as well as a sequel. It says here, the Joker is a definite possibility for a spin-off, because Jared Leto also seems up for it, and everybody loves the Joker.
And Raymond.
Like, everything. Also, interested in Boomerang, who's played by, I don't even know if you know who he is, Jai Courtney.
Yeah.
It's that guy.
Okay.
I'll probably put a picture
Does
up.
he just have a boomerang? Is that his thing?
I don't know. Any other spin-offs will depend on the movie's box office success, because obviously they haven't made money off of it yet, so they don't know.
I don't really want to see like a Deadshot one with Will Smith.
Yeah. I really don't know how to feel about some of DC stuff, because obviously I still enjoyed Batman vs Superman, but just all the linking it in doesn't seem to be working very well for them. I'm kind of like...
Again, I can't remember what my point was that I made a while ago, but I said something that about how the different tactic that should take.
Yeah.
Instead of,
I think you said it in the podcast.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's right. They go back to basics. Like they can't just start from the same point as Marvel, because Marvel's built it up to this, so they can't DC shouldn't be like trying to do the exact same thing as Marvel.
Yeah, they should try and build it their own way. Because they do
focus
seem
on grittier stuff too, because they're really good with that.
Yeah.
Man, you still got to watch Watchmen and that.
Yeah. The problem with that gritty stuff though is that's what people hated about Batman vs Superman, is it was too gritty. And they're like, no, these heroes are like happy in the slightest. And I was like, well, Batman's not meant to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still don't get the complaints about that because I don't think Hitman. Where the hell did that come from? I don't think Superman was that like gritty or like sad or anything like that. So
Why didn't they care about the Batman Begins and all that?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I think this was way more gritty and
they were just expecting. They were like
not caring.
Oh, they've got a funny actor to play the main dude.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm still interested to see what DC does.
Yeah,
but
I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'll definitely give it a look-see, see what happens. Anyway, Suicide Squad as well. Watch that, see if we like it. Probably won't watch the Harley Quinn solo film, but never know.
Yeah.
Probably won't watch the Black Widow solo film either. That just makes me sound bad, doesn't it? It's not because they're female, it's just because I'm not interested in these solo films.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next piece of news is about Netflix.
Yep. Netflix
is wonderful. It's been in Australia for about a year or so.
Wonderful, except for this thing that I've been happening to me this week.
Yeah, that was a bit balls, but it's also not Netflix's fault entirely. It's also your bank. Matt just had some issues, but regardless, Netflix offers good services when they're not like being silly.
Yeah.
And apparently every subscriber asked us at one point or another, what's the point of keeping watching Netflix if you keep losing movies and stuff off of it that were on there before? Which I don't understand, because it's obvious they can't keep it forever. But Netflix is now entering a new deal with Disney. Let me just have a look here. It says it'll go into effect this fall, which will be around September, because the fall in America, so it'll be when we're coming back around to spring, so it'll be around September that time. So starting in September, service will become the exclusive US pay TV home of the latest films for several Disney-owned content brands. It includes Disney, in addition to Marvel, Lucasfilm, and Pixar.
That's not Australia, though.
It will be, though.
Better be.
It probably will be. So it became part of a larger announcement by Netflix, detailing many titles will become available in the next few months. It includes Jurassic Park movies.
Nice.
Lethal Weapon and stuff as well going on there.
Hey.
I've got a mate that got Netflix and hoped Lethal Weapon was on there, and then was annoyed that it wasn't. So there you go. It's going to be on there now.
Yeah.
It says this deal comes 4 years after Netflix announced a recent agreement with Disney to become the exclusive pay TV home of the studio's releases. Party said in 2012 it would go into effect this year with its slate of releases from this year. So yeah, I'm guessing that means all the stuff that comes out this year will be coming to Netflix pretty soon. Well, not pretty soon, but around the time the deal goes into effect. So if you got Netflix and you're waiting for Civil War, it might be out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny though, because it says the deal begins with Disney's 2016 slate, so it won't cover films from 2015, like Age of Ultron or Ant-Man.
Yeah.
But Age of Ultron and Ant-Man are on Netflix. I guess it just means they're not exclusive?
Yeah, I think so. Probably.
That's really weird.
Because I read something about how Rogue One will come to it, but there was people had already paid on Hulu and stuff for Rogue One, so they'll still get it because it was made before this deal was made.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It's just it's in post-production now and then showing later.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm very interested to see that, because that means stuff like Spider-Man will come to well, I guess Spider-Man's next year though, but I assume their deal will still be in effect.
Yeah.
It'd be weird if it comes in September and then ends the end
2
of the
movies
year.
and then they're like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Anyway, there's all sorts of Netflix and Marvel stuff going on anyway, so we've got plenty of stuff in the works.
Yeah.
Speaking of Marvel, there's some more Marvel news.
Oh no, just quickly, I think that's a really good idea that Netflix has done that. They probably approached Marvel because the Netflix series of Daredevil and that is done really well, so they were probably just like, why don't we just take all of the Marvel stuff? Hey?
We'll just do everything.
Yeah.
You guys just make it and we'll put it out. Well, I mean, it makes sense because Netflix is one of the best ways to get your stuff to everyone.
Yeah, pretty much.
See what I'm talking about? Jerry Clarkson, you should go on Netflix.
If you want to be on the show.
It kind of disappoints me that they've gone to Amazon, because Amazon's not... You can't get Amazon Prime here. So I'm like, I need to wait until like
Yeah,
rebroadcasting
they
deals
limited their
come
audience.
through. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just because they got offered more money.
Yeah.
I guess that's the point. Is money, but there's a lot of money going into that project.
I'll give you some money.
Anyway,
Put some change in my hat.
in your hat.
Yeah.
Is that just because you didn't want to keep it in your wallet?
I don't have a wallet.
Don't you? Oh no, you've got your phone case.
Yeah.
That's right. Forgot about that. Fair enough. Anyway, moving on to the next Marvel news. It's about Kingpin, who, by the way, makes a cameo in Daredevil season 2.
Wow, spoilers.
Spoiler. There's been lots of talk about him appearing in the next Spider-Man movie because Kingpin started as a Spider-Man villain, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then became a Daredevil one later on.
Yep.
Well, the dude that played Kingpin has taken to Twitter to deny these rumours. He said, when they were saying about like him being in it, he said, "Sorry folks, but it's news to me. It'd be great, but I don't think it would happen."
So he's not even like denying it outright. He's just been like, "No, I don't think so."
Yeah, I guess so. But I guess they're filming now, so you think you'd know by this point.
Yeah, which I guess makes it seem more honest.
And it says, yeah, at least it's not to say he's not interested in doing a crossover. A follow-up tweet, he exclaimed, "I love all this action about me doing Spider-Man. Tell Marvel." Charlie Cox, who plays Daredevil, the new one, also said he would love to show up in like an Avengers movie or something.
Yeah.
Which would be pretty cool.
Would be sick.
I find it weird because it's now showing me this tweet that Vincent D'Onofrio did about, "I love all this action about me doing Spider-Man. Tell Marvel." He shared a picture of Kingpin with it.
Mm-hmm.
The Kingpin's black. But, in the picture I mean, but...
Yeah.
Unless it's tan. Is he just tan?
I think it's just tan.
Maybe he's just tan. I thought he was brown and I was like, Vincent D'Onofrio, you're white.
I want to play a black
That's a
guy
different
this time.
version of your Kingpin.
Can I play a
Which
black
is
dude?
pretty funny. So it says Kingpin appearing in a future Spider-Man movie would be a smart move, with other villains like Green Goblin having been done to death.
Oh yeah.
Because he's been done twice now.
Yeah.
I guess, depends on how you look at it. Does Harry Osborn technically count?
Well, then that would make it third.
Yeah, I'd make it 3. Because he's in Amazing Spider-Man 2. Which, Sarah and I have many debates over whether it's good or not.
Yeah.
And I say it's not.
But anyway.
I'll get into that now. But yeah, I'd be keen to see maybe Kingpin appear in Spider-Man at some point. Like in a future film, maybe.
I'm trying to remember.
Because I think Michael Keaton's been cast as one of the villains, and the two villains that are supposed to be are Tinkerer and Vulture.
Yeah. Vulture.
Tinkerer makes Vulture's stuff for him, doesn't he?
I don't know. Vulture was meant to be the original one for... I can't remember if it was the first one or the third one. I think it was the third one. Like, you know how it was Venom and Sandman? I think it was meant to be Vulture and someone else.
Okay.
Maybe it was the first one. I don't know. One of them.
Which one are you talking about?
The original Spider-Man movies.
Because Sandman came in Spider-Man 3.
Don't know. That's why I said in the third one how it was Venom and Spider-Man. It was meant to be the other two guys.
Oh, right. I thought you were saying in the first movie over all of them.
No.
That he's supposed to be in that one. Okay. That would have been interesting. I kind of like that Venom was in that Spider-Man 3, though, because
Yeah.
they did a pretty good job of Venom.
He looked good. I didn't like...
Not
what's
the
his
character,
name
but
as
I mean, like,
yeah.
yeah, he did look good.
Yeah.
What's the character's name? Topher Grace? That was in that 70s show? Yeah, he wasn't very good
You know.
as Eddie Brock. Yeah, I think Tinkerer just sort of does stuff for most villains. Like, it says he created the suit for Mysterio, Scorpion's tail.
I really think they should do, because it's in the Marvel MCU now, that they should redo Venom really well and then take it to like an Avengers movie or like a group movie and then like see Venom like get on more than one of them and like
the symbiote suit.
Yeah, I think that would be amazing, like to see like Venom Hulk or something like that.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
I just want to look up this Venom spin-off movie because I've been hearing it was still planned to work, like to do it, but it's weird that they want to do it now that Spider-Man's in the MCU and they haven't really established the character. Well, I could see stuff from March.
Unless that means that he will be in the next the Spider-Man movie.
Maybe he will. Maybe they're planning to bring him into it. Now Sony has set Spider-Man on its rebooted path. The studio is setting its sights on other Spider-Man franchises. Case in point, Venom.
Maybe Eddie Brock will be in the movie not as Venom, and then they'll like spin it off as...
To show his like introduction or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. It says this Venom is meant to not only stay on its own, but to also launch its own franchise.
Yep.
doesn't really say much information. Like, if they've got anybody that's like they've cased out for the role or anything, it's just they're planning to do it. So I don't know.
I think it'd be cool. I would love, like, if it goes into the franchise, if they brought in, like, Anti-Venom and Carnage and...
That would be cool.
Oh.
Well, what I hope they're not doing is, like, being like... So we've given Spider-Man to Marvel to, like, build the franchise with us.
Yeah.
I hope they're not going to be like, we can just do whatever we want with Venom and then make another crappy movie without Marvel.
With the voice.
Like, they should really just have all their Spider-Man properties and be like, Marvel, you can help us with all of these.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess maybe they just want to be independent in some ways.
Yeah, we'll find out, though.
There's no way of knowing, so I guess we'll just wait and see what happens with the Venom movie.
We will.
Alright, well, we've run out of topics. We could just have a shorter one, 30-minute podcast.
Okay.
There you go, 30-minute podcast.
Thanks for watching, guys. Like, favourite, comment,
Listening.
share, subscribe. They watched.
They just watched a screen with our faces on
I
it.
know them.
Oh, be sure to, post anything you want us to talk about in the comments below. We'll talk about it, maybe, if it's interesting enough.
Chat.
Chances are we probably will at least mention it and give you a shout out.
Shout out.
I was going to say call out, but that's like a different connotation. That's like Marcus Dibble ripping on people.
Yeah.
Marcus Dibble, if you want to be on the show. Oh, thanks for coming along, guys.
Hey, bye. Hey, boy.